Yeah, congratulations to Clemson. They played great, especially coming out of the gate tonight. I didn't think we were sharp on either end. That's why you build that kind of a hole. But I thought we found a group that was going to kind of fight, try to dig out of it, and chip away at it. That part I was really proud of. Proud that we put ourselves in a position to win the game, given the way that the game started.
Questions for Coach?
It was two different games. What did you say at halftime, and what made you decide to go with the smaller guys that kind of led to this comeback?
I thought the last 4 minutes of the second half was like the first stretch that we won in the game. We divide the game into 4-minute stretches and evaluate the score in each of those stretches. So that was the first 4-minute game that we had won. And I thought you saw some things that were positive to finish the half. And so we just decided to stick with that group to start the second half. And then we won the first 4 minutes of the second half. And then, we added a couple guys just because you can't play the way we were playing, pressing, defending that way. Those guys can't play 20, but we tried to find some other guys that were going to play the same way. I thought Halveen, JC, those guys gave us really nice minutes into that 5-man rotation as well.
What about Day Thomas and what he showed you in the second half, hitting all those shots?
Yeah, I mean, he made a couple shots. I thought our guys did a nice job screening for him and executing to give him some good looks. And then, I thought he made a tough one off the bounce there that was a big one as well at the top of the floor. But, you felt like somebody needed to step up and make some plays there. And I think Dede was the guy that did that first on the offensive end, and then some other guys kind of followed suit.
Are there changes coming in the rotations based on tonight?
Well, I think first off, like, you start to assimilate a player like Jizzle back into the team, and there's just a gravity that he has on the floor, and he's done this tremendous job of doing it with grace and with being humble, being so humble. But there's a presence that he has on the floor, and that's going to certainly affect rotations and lineups. There's just no way around it as we move into league play here. But to speak on the specifics of that, Scott, at this point would be a mistake after an emotional loss right now.
I know you don't want to make excuses, but Tyler McKinley would have helped you.
Yeah, this is a game that the physicality that Clemson plays with, and Tyler's our most physical player. I think he helps every night for us. He's an incredibly key piece to our team. So not having him against a team like this is very, very difficult for us to kind of match the physicality, especially in the post box, which is where he's the most physical player that we have. But as you just said, I'll answer the question. Yeah, it's a big blow not having Jalen Haynes. I mean, these are big blows, but it's not my job to sit up here. That's basketball. Things happen, and you just got to kind of figure it out. That's been my approach. That's why I don't make those kind of comments, but certainly will answer those questions.
You convinced these games help you coming up with the gauntlet of the Big 12?
Yeah, I think we really amped up our schedule in this non-conference season. It's frustrating because of the 4 Power 4 games that we've lost. We've had a chance to win every single one of them. There's been an opportunity or a second half lead in every single one of them with opportunities to win. So it's frustrating that we haven't won more of them. But in terms of getting ready for what Big 12, that was a Big 12 game. I mean, Clemson, their physicality on both ends, is very much like some of the teams that we'll face within our league. They feel more like a Big 12 team or a Big 10 team than they do an ACC team.
One more, any words of wisdom from Coach Williams?
No, I mean, it's been a hard 3 or 4 weeks for Cincinnati basketball, and there's no way around that. And there's incredible frustration and disappointment in some of these losses. But is I told the guys in there, because we'll get back to work as coaches, we're not going to take a dang break. But as I told the guys in the locker room, I mean, sometimes you got to put things in perspective because they're going to have a break, and we got a hell of a lot to be grateful for. And for me to have, come on, I got family, you know, most of my family lives in North Carolina. I got family, friends down here, and my college coach who's like, other than my parents, the most important man in my life. I'm a pretty lucky guy, even though it hadn't felt that way over the last 3-4 weeks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.